My stepfather has a dishwasher in his house in Virginia that looks like it's from 1985. It's amazing that it still works at all. It's loud, a lot louder than ours here in Iceland, which is about 10 years old, I think. But his dishwasher makes this sound that is so pleasant, I could record it and use it as white noise to fall asleep to. Ours has all these annoying beeps when it's done. We don't like to run it before bed because it'll wake us up and I'll have to get up and go turn it off. His just stops. When it's done, no fanfare, it's just silent. I've been going to that house for years, and I only really paid attention to the dishwasher on a visit a few weeks ago. Okay, you're probably wondering why I'm talking about dishwashers. I thought this was supposed to be about creativity. Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome to Keep the Flow. The reason I'm talking about dishwashers, I'll tell you. It's about the balance we all need to find as far as what we notice and what we ignore, what we appreciate and what we turn our noses up at. And really the idea of thinking like a curator instead of a critic. I bought a new camera recently, which actually you're looking at me through it right now. Almost immediately, I noticed a change in the way I was experiencing the world. Like having this device switched me into a different mode, always looking for something worth capturing, which made me wonder what mode I was in before. And I know what this probably is. It's a new toy. I've had it a few weeks and I'm paying attention to everything, the way you do when something's new. Ask me in 6 months whether I still notice the sound of a dishwasher. Although, it also made me think about my other senses and how little I actually appreciate in my day-to-day. Maybe this sounds weird, but I've been noticing more scents lately. I usually don't really pay attention to smell unless something smells incredibly good or really awful. But I've been noticing how different plants and trees smell when I'm out hiking with my dog Penny. And just the air. Having been in Virginia Beach last month and now that I'm back in Iceland, the difference in how the air smells there and here is amazing. But it's the same thing with sound. Even though I'm a musician, I don't pay much attention to sound unless it's music I love or something disturbingly loud. Otherwise, I think I ignore a lot of my environment most of the time, which is normal. We learn to block out the unnecessary. If we noticed every single thing all the time with all our senses, we'd instantly go insane. But the camera reminded me that there is so much that I'm oblivious to all around me. So there I am in Virginia, actually listening to a dishwasher of all things. And the first thing my brain does is ask, which one is better? His or ours? Which is better? These two dishwashers, manufactured 40 years apart. I mean, it's amazing to me that we aren't further along in the evolution of dishwashers. But also, do I need to rate them? Do I need to pick apart the pros and cons of these two marvels of automated domestic labor? But it's what we do now. We rate everything. Our Uber driver, whatever we just watched on Netflix. Some of us think it's okay to go on social media and unload on anything and everything that disappoints us. Opinions are everywhere. It feels like we've become more critical or more negative as a society. I don't know if that's actually true, but it could be that our opinions are just more visible than ever before, and we feel more comfortable sharing them. When I was in college, I was kind of like this, without the social media part. I'm old. Back then, I was highly critical of myself, for sure, but also critical of everything. And subconsciously, it was probably a way to project an image to the other students that I was discerning. I knew what was shitty and what was the real deal, which, I mean, I think back on how I was then and just shake my head. But this trend toward comparison, toward criticism, that's part of why I got off Facebook and Twitter I think I got to a saturation point with negativity in my life, and I felt the need to just take a step back, because it also has to do with our work. We develop a filter that in moderation can show the way to the work you want to make. But if we become hypercritical, it goes beyond taste and aesthetic sense and turns into something that prevents us from enjoying almost anything, and maybe even prevents us from wanting to make anything. You listen back to a take and you lock on to that one mistake. You go looking at other people's stuff for research and inspiration and come away with a list of what's derivative, what's overproduced, what you would never do. I think we need to be discerning as artists, but I also think we need to be able to appreciate things that are not what we would have done. We need to be able to suspend judgment sometimes, but not now. This is the time to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Seriously, you'll feel better if you just go ahead and subscribe. I mean, it's right there. Of course, we're not going to like everything, and when we don't like something, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We need to develop our taste. But it's like riding a bicycle. If you're constantly focused on the bumps and potholes, you're much more likely to hit them. A curator rides past what doesn't grab them and stops to take a closer look at the things that do. They don't dwell on the unappealing bumps in the road. That's different than just ignoring things. We can be aware of things we don't like without focusing on them, but we need to be careful not to mistake everything for the bumps in the road. So how do we actually find that balance between what we notice and what we ignore, or what we appreciate and what we dislike? The camera is the closest I've got to an answer, and it's not really about the camera. It's about having a dedicated tool for a specific kind of attention that reminds you to use it. And you could do all of this on your phone. Obviously, your phone probably has a great camera and a voice recorder and notes app, but phones have become so commonplace that I think we forget how powerful they are. A cheap point-and-shoot camera can serve as a reminder to take a look around. Same with a sketchbook or a notebook. These tools don't just make you notice more, they make you choose. 3 weeks in, that's the thing that's actually different. Not that I'm seeing more, but that I'm asking a different question. What do I want to keep? So this is what I'm going to try. 30 minutes a week to just observe. Go somewhere, be in that environment, and document the experience somehow. Notes, pictures, audio, whatever. And see what comes out of it. I have no idea if 30 minutes is the right amount. It's just a number that I picked so I'd actually do it. If that sounds like something you'd want to try, I'd love to hear how it goes for you in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, keep the flow.